Hello and welcome to Sound Librarian. I'm Stefan Schutz. I made an error of judgment a few years ago. A game came out. I decided, no, this wasn't my type of game. Based on my thoughts of, it would be all about heavy metal music and I'm not really into heavy metal music. The error of judgment was not just that I didn't have a look at the game. It was that I should have known better. The Double Fine team are known for making really, really good games. And Tim Schafer has a reputation for making really entertaining games that are fun to play, well written, and overall just a good experience. I should have focused more on that and less on my idea that the game was all about heavy metal. For this analysis, I have obviously played the game now, and it is just tons of fun. Sure, it's about heavy metal music, but not in a way that it's ramming it down your throat. The game is well written, it's very funny, it's very well acted. There's so much about this game that really, really needs to be taken notice of, and especially the audio for it. So we are going to have a listen to Brutal Legend and have a bit of fun. Let's have a look.
All right! Do you people want to hear some heavy metal?
Girlfriend, you really want to make my heart bend. You know you'll always be my best friend.
I can fix anything, except that.
Metal is dead.
So fine, oh mine, squeezing like a porcupine.
Say what? You ever feel like you were born in the wrong time? Like you should have been born earlier? When the music was real?
Like the 70s?
Earlier. Like the early 70s.
Uh-oh.
I told you not to climb on that, you stupid mother!
Okay, this caught me by surprise, but this is one of the best things I've seen in a game in a long time. They even give you the option as to whether you want to switch on the swear filter or not in-game. As far as I'm concerned, we're all adults, so this is your warning. There will be profanity because that's the way the game was written.
Fucking piece of shit!
You can't break it.
Please let him fall.
Damn it! A good roadie knows his whole job is to make someone else look good. Keep someone else safe. Help someone else do what they were put here to do. A good roadie stays out of the spotlight. If he's doing his job right, you don't even know he's there. Once in a while, he might step on stage just to fix a problem, to set something right. But then before you even realize he was there, or what he did, he's gone.
And again, we even have a violence filter. Blood and gore. I mean, really, in this game, it's very, very cartoon blood and gore. It's kind of up there with Itchy and Scratchy. So, again, here's your warning. We're going to go with the gore.
Whoa. Huh?
The day has finally come for us to serve our master.
Hey. Hey, I'm not your master.
No, you are not.
For me, the thing that was really, really the icing on the cake for this game was the dialogue. This game's just really, really well written.
Yeah, I totally know the master. We're really good friends. Known each other since kindergarten. And if anything were to happen to me, he'd be super pissed. Stay the fuck away from me with that thing. Hey.
Silence.
The manner in which the main character kind of talks to himself and ponders ideas, again, this is not necessarily original. It's been done in other games. It's just done very, very convincingly in this game. And I think that, again, has to do with having the script well written. So a lot of these elements are very, very standard sort of almost fantasy game type things, you know, swords clanging and bashing and fire and lightning and all sorts of things. You could almost be forgiven for believing that you were playing some sort of stock standard Dungeons and Dragons fantasy game if you were just listening to it, except of course for the music. That's not meant to detract from the quality of this game at all. What I'm saying is that the sounds in general are very, very well done, very solid, and fit the genre. The fact that you've got an ability to explode people with a guitar, frankly, is inspired. So again, the whole thing it looks and feels like a giant stage show. Combinations of hacking and slashing with a giant axe to exploding people with, you know, chords on your guitar, and all your special abilities are sort of linked into this in some ways. In fact, the entire narrative of the game is about focusing on the music and the elements of the heavy metal universe. Like, seriously, this is straight off an album cover and looks awesome.
All right, nice try, lady, or whatever you are. I'm supposed to think you're a nun, but I know you're really some kind of big, ugly demon, so let's have it. Aha! I knew it! Big, ugly demon. Kind of sexy, though, in a weird way.
This game also has a bit of a self-awareness about it. It's taken so many of the cliches out of so many other games, and it makes fun of them whilst making fun of itself. The whole sort of like, yep, I know you're a demon, sexy demon, whatever. It's saying what, in a lot of ways, so many of us as players have said over the years. something walks into a room and you're like, yeah, I know you're not what you think you are or what you're pretending to be. I can see, and this is going to turn around. You're going to try and eat my head, etc., etc. And this game does it. It just comes out and says it. And again, that just adds so much to the narrative. And this next section is another example of that.
Okay, alright. Well, here goes. Oh man, gotta get this thing moving. Let's see here. Evil. Dear evil, messed up demon powers of darkness, and unimaginable evil. Please transport me off this awesome corpse pile. I am but a visitor in your strange world, which some would call hellish, but I have to admit, it's kind of badass. Oh lords of gross leather things and S&M type wear. You know you guys really have style. That battle nun, she was hot. Sorry about killing her, but you're evil. By your good graces. I meant evil! Evil graces! Ah, son of a...
Oh, nice cheater move, guys. Really cool.
And again, even that, commenting on the fact that, yep, this is exactly what games do all the time. They throw things at you that it's kind of like, oh, okay, so now you're going to cheat. And of course, there's a way out of it. But I like this almost, it's almost breaking the fourth wall. The self-awareness of the game almost knows that it's a game, or the character at least knows he's somewhere where he just really shouldn't be. And it's kind of hard for him to take it seriously because it's just like, this stuff doesn't really happen, except to him it does. It's part of, I think, when you're writing a game, or you're writing any sort of narrative, but specifically with a game, you kind of got to make that choice of, are you going to be trying to take yourself seriously, or are you going to be trying to write it in a lighthearted manner? Now, both have their challenges.
Oh man, don't tell me I've been slaying hot girls this whole time.
The axe. So you come for it as well.
No, but these guys jumped me and... Hang on.
And it was just sitting there, so...
You handle it very naturally.
Yeah, that's kind of strange, isn't it? I've never touched an axe before.
Who are you?
Right shoulder.
We've got to get out of here before he arrives.
Yeah.
Wait, before who arrives?
Emperor Daviculus.
Who?
Emperor Daviculus, where are you from?
It's kind of hard to say. I kind of live on the road.
Be assured, you don't want to be here when he arrives.
What's the big deal?
You're slaughtering his personal guard, for one thing.
Oh, right. Yeah. So, what did you say your name is?
Come on, we have to run.
If you're going to write a game that's got to be deadly serious, you've got to be really, really good at it. Whereas, whilst comedy is very, very hard to write, especially good comedy, sometimes gives you a few outs, gives you a few opportunities to get yourselves out of tricky situations.
We have to get to the door before the... Too late.
Yeah, that's a lot of dudes. What is this place?
Temple of Ormagodon. It's a place of ancient power, but no one knows its true purpose.
And even with the fantastical side of things and the weird combat they can do and the magical sort of stuff, I find these characters, strangely, far more believable than in so many other games that I've played. He kind of knows what he can do and what he can't do, and every now and again he amazes himself, but he's still sort of like I was saying, a bit aware that, yep, I'm just this dude and I can fix stuff and I've got this guitar and I like that and there's a big thing and I'm going to try and kill it. And the other thing that personally, I'm not even necessarily a huge Jack Black fan, but there is no person that would have been a better choice to have for the main character. He fits this role just brilliantly. It's the style of acting he does, the style of comedy he does. This role was obviously written for him, and he delivers it perfectly.
Is it a minecart?
I call it the Druid Plow. Let me show you how it works. What you do, you slam it into goo, hoo, hoo, hello. Looks like it's working already.
You have awakened the spirit of the beast himself.
I hope so. Oh yeah. This is much better.
The driving sections are fun, different style of gameplay. In a lot of ways, the driving sections just seem to be an excuse to go fast and listen to more heavy metal music, which I guess really a large part of this game is about that. It's the whole game is basically honouring this genre in the style, the music, the language, everything about it, and just does it really, really well.
Lars!
So let me get this straight. These performers, they don't even have to tune their own instruments?
Nah, that's our job. The roadies. The rock star's job is just to deliver the audience to the promised land of rock.
Fascinating.
Can we get back to the part where you were summoned here from another world?
Oh yeah, by this little guy here.
You were brought here by Ormagodon, the eternal fire beast?
The cremator of the sky.
Destroyer of the ancient world.
Yeah, I accidentally got a little blood in its mouth and it totally went nuts on me.
There are those who speak of a day when Ormagodon the fire beast shall bring a warrior into this world.
To destroy us.
To deliver us.
There is some dispute about the translation, but having met you, I can tell that you are here to help us. To lead us.
To wage war against the demons. To liberate humanity.
Hell yeah! I mean, hold on a second. I don't know anything about waging war, but I'll tell you what I do know. I know from meeting you, Lars, that you are the true leader here, not me. What I know is how to put a crew together and how to keep it organized and how to take it on the road.
That, my friend, is exactly what we need.
But I'm sure you must be longing to return to your homeland.
All right, so where's your army, Lars?
We have none. General Lionwhite has taken away most of our young men to toil in his mines.
And he's taken our women to serve as slaves in his decadent pleasure tower.
Well, let's go get him back.
No, you are not to go near Lionwhite again. You were almost impaled last time.
Compromise. We'll get the dudes first, and then they can help us get the ladies.
But...
Time to break the chains!
I'll show you the mines, but I think you'll find these chains very hard to break.
I also love a lot of the references that this game makes to other sorts of film, television, or games of this sort of genre. At one point, the main character is asked, "Oh, I guess you really want to return home?" And he's like, "What? No." Because it's one of those things that is overdone in so many films that ordinary humans find themselves in just remarkable situations, and it seems that the only thing they want to do is get back home. This character obviously knows where he is and, seems to want to stick around. I suspect I'd probably get even more enjoyment out of this game if I knew the style of music. I'm guessing and I don't actually know, but there seem to be lots and lots of references to particular musicians of the genre, particular albums, pieces of music, styles, and stuff like that. I mean, it's very, very obvious the bad guys all being sort of like Peroxide Blonde, 80s sort of clothed style. It's obviously that's the antithesis of the leather and stud wearing heavy metal folk, and that in itself is very, very funny. But I suspect that there's a whole bunch more jokes that I would get if this was my scene.
Screw this place.
Yeah, let's get out of here.
Metal! Hey, hang on, guys. I know we're all struggling right now, but I'm telling you, this is all gonna pay off really soon.
Yeah, our manager says that if we just work hard and produce a high-quality product, that we'll be able to move up to cush guard jobs in the General's Pleasure Tower.
There's gonna be piles of chicks and booze and stuff.
We're with him.
Hey man, sorry, but
we got a sweet gig here, and we're not about to let you greasebags ruin it.
Guard!
Riot!
Walk
But
out!
what's important is that I'm enjoying this game so much, even though I'm not in the scene, and that's really a tribute to how well written this game is. In that I can be a complete stranger to the whole heavy metal scene, the pieces of music, the musicians they might be referring to, the particular albums they might be referring to, and yet I don't feel like a stranger here. I can enjoy it, equally as anybody else. It's just that for the fanboys and fangirls of the genre, they're going to get even more out of it. And as I said, that's a sign of good writing.
Man, I have wanted to do that forever.
That's for killing Charlie, you bastard.
Whoa.
Stylistically, there's quite a range of music in this as well. I mean, yes, genre-wise, it's heavy metal, but there's styles within the style. And I found myself really, really enjoying a lot of the music in this. I'm not saying that I would necessarily choose to go and listen to it, outside of the game, but the fact that it fits so well in the game, again, especially when it's a genre that I choose not to listen to normally, means that everything's been done in a very considered manner. The choices of music have obviously been really, really carefully made. The way they've been implemented has obviously been really, really carefully done, to the point where, for me, playing the game, they just highlight the action. They highlight the narrative. They're not sticking out as, here's a noisy piece of music that's just going to annoy you because it's not what you want to listen to. So that's part of the crafting process. It's not just, we want to whack in some heavy metal music. I suspect that they've gone to great lengths to choose the right pieces for the right places within the game.
Doviculus, they say it was the fire beast Ormagodon himself?
No. Far, far worse than me. It was Sikoria. I can smell her blood. The season of pain is upon us.
But why has she returned now? What does she want?
War. Finally.
I love the designs of the bad guys in this. They visually they look fantastic, but the voices that they've chosen work so well. The voices for the heroes work so well, and that's another important part of crafting a game. You need to choose voice actors that are not just good actors, but they have to sound appropriate for the characters that they are trying to depict. Especially since these characters are completely animated. You don't get the same level of facial expressions and body movements that you will get out of watching a real live actor, which means so much of the character has to be depicted in the voice. So the choice of voice actor is critical. The heavy metal characters are all really, really well depicted. They're funny, but as I said, they're making fun of heavy metal. And that's okay, because they're making fun of everything that's not heavy metal even more. So this game basically really, really is just irreverent across the board. It's irreverent in the depiction of violence, the swearing, the style, what we'll say, what we won't say, and how we say it.
Nah, what the hell?
Noble Killmaster, this woman...
Didn't you see the signs? We don't like visitors up here.
But she's dying.
Yeah, so what's her excuse?
I beg of you, heal this woman who wanted only to free her sisters from the grip of General Lionwhite.
Oh, you're fighting Lionwhite. Why didn't you say so? I hate that bastard. Let's see now.
What's happening?
People are pissing me off for one.
Is she dead?
Not yet, but soon. These are the heaviest strings I got.
Can't your spiders spin new strings? Thicker strings?
My little darling's here? No. The Metal Queen is big enough to spin the kind of strings you need. But we don't go into her lair anymore unless she bites us in half, suck out our innards, and lay her eggs in our eye sockets.
I'm going.
Then you'll both be dead, and what good is that?
I've got to get those strings, Lita.
No, Lars, listen. You have to let her go.
You'd like that, wouldn't you?
What?
That was Brutal Legend. Now, I'm not even really particularly a Jack Black fan, and yet he's a perfect character for this. He does a fantastic job, and I really, really enjoyed hanging out with his character, and that's what it felt like, hanging out with him and everybody else in the world. So, I think there's some really significant audio aspects to it, but it's just a game worth playing because it's fun. Don't get it to analyze it and learn from it. Go and have a look at it and just play it because it's fun. Thanks very much for watching, and keep an eye out for more videos.